Sees the checker flag and will win the Spanish Grand Prix.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the CIL Formula College Series Round 8 at our home soil, the United States Grand Prix at the I was going to say Texas Motor Speedway. I'm sorry, COTA, Circuit of the Americas. I'm sorry. And tonight I am joined here in the booth with our lovely gentleman here, Lucas Moody. But Lucas Moody, we're going to get you a nice introduction later on. But for now, we're going to start it with a grid due to technical difficulties. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start a little bit too quick here. So number one on the pole provision is going to be Cale Davidson from Ball State University. So Lucas, you must be really proud up here in the booth. Second place is going to be Clint Halterman, UNC Charlotte. Third place, Cohen Evans, IUPUI. Nicholas Daly in fourth place, University of Texas Arlington. Fifth place is going to be Hunter Hasty from Clemson University. And Athena Leclerc is going to be St. Clair College at Adrian Tibugoic. And the lights away, and here we go. Round 8 of the CIL Formula College Series to go as they head into turn 1. Looks like Cale Davidson got a nice start, but Clint Halterman is going to get passed around on the outside by Cohen Evans. Looks like Cohen Evans is going to be late on the braking, but looks like Cohen Evans is going to get it, and Clint Halterman is going to lose that second position. So not a good start right now for Clint Halterman, but as they go through the S's to turns 3, 4, 5, and 6, it is going to be spreading out the field as this is going to be a low count as some of our Formula College drivers are on spring break and they are taking a nice as one may notice. Our Mohammed Malif is not here tonight, so Cale Davidson, can he get this win?
Yeah, this is going to be really interesting. As you said, Edward, most of the Ball State guys and most of the other big powerhouses like Esteban Munoz, Louis Diaz are on spring break and we're not able to make it this week. So it's going to be a really interesting shootout for the win. You're going to see other names like Cale Davidson, Cohen Evans, Clint Halterman, Nick Lee fighting for those wins. And then you'll see others like Athena Claire and Tupakovic. They're going to be fighting for podiums today. So this is going to be an interesting race. But it's also going to be a race full of tire drag. As we see, if Halterman locks up, that is not what you want to do early on in the race, as it puts him already under attack by Nicholas Daly, who is eager to get around him. Oh, and now Clint's going for second on Cohen Evans. We have a big battle here for second, as Athena Leclerc right behind is looking to get into this battle and wants to make her way onto the podium.
Well, I was gonna mention quickly is gonna be the heavy braking zone. So, gonna be looking out, ladies and gentlemen, on those heavy braking zones. We got 3 big ones. Turns 1 on the uphill elevation, turns 11 going downhill from turn 10, and down into turn 12 on the third heavy braking zone. And so those are going to be primarily where you're going to be wanting to focus on the passing, that's where these guys are going to be fighting it out and trying to get in on the inside or on the outside of them. And one thing to notice here is that purple light is a push to overtake. Definitely that they're going to be utilizing, especially on the long straightaway, especially the longest straightaway, which is after turn 11 down to turn 12. And it's going to be vital for them to utilize that at the right moment as the push to overtake. These drivers, they have 200 seconds, I believe. Lucas, you want to add on to that?
Yeah, so that straight, you mentioned it, Edward, that straight is very long. It's coming in at 0.73 miles in length. And yeah, they're going to really have to use their overtake well here. So if you guys don't know, this driver has 200 seconds of overtake, but once you turn it off, you cannot use it again for another 120 seconds. So you have to be really strategic and really careful when you use it. I also would like to point out one more thing. If you look at the top of the timing tower, it currently says lap 2 out of 20. Due to a fueling issue with the cars, we will only be running 15 laps today. So we will throw a basically like forced checker flag at lap 15, and whoever crosses the line first after 15 laps will be our winner.
Precisely, yes. And so, unfortunately, with those issues, that is all for tonight, hopefully, and we won't keep getting any more. But one thing to notice, look who's up there in the top three. Nicholas Daly from University of Texas Arlington. You don't really see Daly up here up front that much, so definitely a strong day as he
Just as you
keeps
said it.
going a little bit wide. Yeah, but that's one thing to really notice.
Yep.
It's always got to be me. Listen, I'm gonna. All right, while we're on the straightaway, nothing bad can happen here, right? The heavy braking zone,
Oh,
the
don't even tempt
the
it. Don't
rear
even tempt it,
tires.
Edward.
Listen, all I'm saying is these. Oh, and we got
Oh,
Hunter
there goes Nick.
Huntington. Looks like he got loose out of turn 20. And right now we're gonna see the broadcast is gonna give us a replay here. But yes, no, it's definitely gonna be interesting to see how they're gonna save the rear tires. All right, so we're gonna get a replay here. Lucas, what do you think happened here? Ooh.
Yeah, he got it. He lost it getting on the power. These cars have, I think, 600, 700 horsepower. It's a lot of power you got under your right foot going straight into those rear tires, and it is very easy to spin it coming out of slow corners like turn 20 is.
Yeah, and I want to, well, I was going to quickly mention that Adrian Tukovic is also running really well for St. Clair College, up there in 6th place, but hunting down behind him is the one and only Alexander Diamond from Drexel University, and his teammate right behind, Jason Wallace. So they're having a strong start, as we see. Well, looks like Jason Wallace just went a little bit wide there. But one thing to notice is Nicholas Daly, University of Texas. This is their home track, so definitely a proud moment for him for today to be running up there in the top three. What do you think, Lucas?
Yeah, it's really interesting seeing that the leaders have already spread out as much as they have. I was, hoping or, really predicting a little bit of a closer battle, but as you see, we already got second and a half to the, and a second behind him is Daly, and then we got 3 seconds off the podium is Leclerc behind Daly. So we might see some battles later on if the tires start to wear off and, other drivers have saved better than, some of the top runners have, but yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how these drivers can hold on to their tires and really how this race is going to progress because we still got 12 laps here, and this setup in this track is really really hard on your tires because you have corners.
Yeah,
And
as we
Nick, and
see right
I'm getting
now.
word Nicholas Daly. Wow.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Oh yeah, sorry. Nicholas Daly has just put the fastest lap in for University of Texas. Oh,
Oh
Alexander Diamond's
no!
around.
Hold on, get her rolling, get her rolling. Don't lose that much position. Come on, he's good, he's good. He's gonna get it rolling here. But that is one thing to just note. And as you said, it's the difficulty of the track compared to the other tracks we've been doing. Coda takes it the highest spot in terms of technical. As you see through the S's and all these elevation changes, it's gonna have a big toll on these tires, especially when you're going over the curbs. Just the amount of pressure you put on these tires will overheat and they will slide. And as you saw, Alexander Diamond going up the hill into turn one just caused too much unsettled the car too much. As right now they're going downhill, down into turn 11, and we're gonna see who's gonna outbrake here. As we'll see, Jason Wallet nicely goes out of there, but looks like they're side by side, Alexander Diamond and Aiken Lamar. But looks like Aiken Lamar looks like he's gonna be able to take over 10th place. Will stay in 10th place, but right now he's looking on the inside right now to the left side of Alexander Diamond. It looks like he's using overtake right now as we see the green flashing light. So for y'all to know, whenever the green light is flashing on top of their car, that means that push to overtake is being utilized. So they're getting a little bit of extra horsepower and getting that extra straight line speed. And especially as we said in the beginning, with these heavy braking zones, that's where you want to make the pass. So definitely a place to make that pass. But Alexander Diamond right now struggling a little bit with those tires that he kind of smoked. But one thing to note, he is in 10th place, which if he manages to hold on for this 10th place, I mean, Lucas, want to talk about the inverted grid for the second race?
As you see, Diamond goes way off in the grass there. You're right, he is really struggling with those brakes. I think he lost a bit of confidence after his incident in turn one. But yeah, so FC does something really interesting where for the second heat, we do what's called a top 10 reverse, an invert top 10. So if you finish the first heat in 10th place, you start on pole position for the second heat. And this is really interesting. It makes for some really interesting battles, some really interesting moves, and usually it winds up with the Leaf going from 10th to first. I'm curious who's gonna be able to get that pole position for Heat 2 and who's gonna be able to. Oh, Athena Leclerc goes wide there, and that's gonna allow Halterman to take back that fourth position.
Yeah, and I just heard on the radio that she just said go left. So letting him by with no issues. So smart move by Athena Leclerc. But honestly, She was up there in fourth place. She was gaining time on third place, but you saw it's those curves, but not the curves you see, the red and white. There's the yellow small curves at the apex, as if you can see, if we're gonna stay on board here with Jason Wallet, as we go down to the straight, and we're gonna go into turn 12 to see what I'm talking about, because I'm not capping, folks. Right here, he's trying to see, he's gonna look in the inside, but he's not. Well, he is. He's still not, but as you see right there at the beginning of the corner, there's that little yellow like stripe bump on the middle of the corner, like that one, and like kind of like a sausage. And some of them is kind of like more of like a just as like a sharp line, and that's what unsettled the car. And that's what unsettled Athena Leclerc when she was going through turns 8 and 9. So Hunter has he looks like he's dropping back. Looks like Tyler Klingen Smith is also going to be suffering there. So yeah, a lot of issues with these drivers is just how much they're putting pressure, and it's just lap 6. We got 10 laps to go.
Yeah, this those curves are absolutely deadly. Well, if you put your tires on them in just the right way, you'll go airborne, and you might even break your suspension when you go back down to land. But yeah, the tire wear around here. We mentioned it earlier, but the combination of this setup and just this difficult track with all the elevation changes, as Edward mentioned earlier, the tire wear here is going to be a very, very big issue, and this is really going to be a race of who is able to hold on to their tires for the entirety of those 15 laps.
Yeah, and as it was mentioned before during the practice session, some of these drivers were expressing their concerns and kind of their discomfort with the way that these tires were handling, especially on this track. So looks like drivers just well, seems like a lot of them enough to make a noise is that the setup and the tires, it's not adding up. So while they complain, one can only imagine how much they're putting in, but it also further proves just how much attrition that these drivers have to go through, especially you, Lucas Moody. But it looks like you're gonna take a nice little vacation today, so you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, luckily I don't have to. Oh, it's Wallet
Oh,
nearly kills him
Jason
to the side of
Wallet.
Ethan Lamar there. Oh.
But what a save! No, they all kept it clean, but as you saw, I mean, back there, we saw Jason Wallet just ate the curb a little bit too much. He cut it down so much that the car got unsettled, and when he got on the gas, it just spun out. But once again, look at that. He's still in 10th place. As much as he lost positions from 8th to 10th, you can only imagine that as a driver, you're still gonna get points, and if he stays there, you'll probably get the pole because right behind them is Andrew Williams, with a 4-second gap. But there is currently a on-track incident being investigated on Andrew Burrell at lap 121. So on lap 4 with the car 121 by Andrew Burrell is being investigated. So something did happen on track, and we probably did miss it. But yeah, so lap 4 was an incident there.
Yeah, so I do know, going back to this setup, so usually iRacing has made setups for all the different tracks that the Super Formula will go to race to, but since Circuit of the Americas is not a track that the official series goes to, CIL has made our own setup for this race. And I don't mean to be hating on the setup or all, but there wasn't a call earlier with Caleb Davidson who quoted saying this setup is garbage. So I'm curious how he's going to be able to maintain this lead. And yeah, as you see, Cohen Evans is seeming to close that gap onto Kale. So this could get down to the wire here. This battle for first might be on. He's not able to run away with it. He's not happening it. This this battle for first, we get to lap 15, they're going to be all out pushing. We might be able to see a grandstand finish here, as he takes a lot of that sausage for fun inside.
Yeah, and so while we're on board here, we're gonna take a lap with Cale Davidson. But while we'll be talking here, there was a penalty assigned. Looks like to, looks like it's gonna be the car 121 of Andrew Burrow for causing collision with Andrew Williams. So that's why you see the top 10 kind of pulled away a lot, because they wrecked in 11th and 12th. So yes, down to turn 12 through turn 3, now through 4, 5, and 6. So through the S's. So these corners, they get tighter and tighter. So as they decrease speed, they increase in lateral movement to the right and to the left. So it's going to be really tough on these tires down through turn 7, up through turns 8 with the elevation increase here, up into turn 9. And then going down here is the downslope to turn 10. And here is our second heavy braking zone is lap 11, which you see a lot of cars over slipping it. But as you see, that little yellow sausage curve on the inside of that apex is what really kills the momentum of a lot of these drivers. As right now, Cale Davidson pulling away, but right behind him, Colin Evans just barely by a second. So IUPUI looking to want a win. Their first win here in the CIL Formula College Series is another third heavy braking zone into turn 12. And this is where it gets a little tricky here, as these are tight corners and really slow speed. As right now, turns 13 through 14 is a heavy right-hander, and once again to the left, turns 14, 15, and 16. Now around here is then a U-turn. Around here is a whole right-hander here, so you're just turning right all the way around through 17, 18, and 19. Well, hold on, I think I've one back, so 17, 18. Here's 19 with the sausage curve right there on the left-hander for like a 90-degree left. And here is the last braking zone here, turn 20. A little bit wide there, Cale Davidson. Oh, fighting with the wheel, but holds on to it. And that is a lap here at COTA.
Yeah, and turn 16, it's hard to see it on the onboard, but turn 16 is one of the hardest corners at this track because there's a dip on the inside of the corner. So you couldn't see on the onboard, but the front wheels dip into the ground, basically dip into the track because of the way the camber is. So it's really hard not to spin it going into the dip, and then also coming out of the dip, your car wants to spin. So that corner is always giving me nightmares, and oh wow, it's an evil corner, it really. Hunter Haddesty, a big lunge trying to get past Diamond, he spins him! Oh no! I'm sorry, Hunter, but I'm pretty sure you're gonna get a penalty for that one, mate. Oh, and that looks like it has ruined Hunter's race, and maybe even Diamond's. I'm curious to see the damage on that car, the 049. Oh, that is not going to be good. The stewards are definitely going to take a look at that, and I will be surprised if we don't see a 10-second penalty and a strike heading the way of the 888 car there for Clemson University. But anyways, on board here, Jason Wallet for P8 and 9 as he's battling with Aiken Lamar.
Oh, hold on, sorry. My mic was muted. Oh no, I had a mic muted moment. I was talking with you there. I was gonna say, mentioning that Alexander Diamond looks like as well as with Hunter, they are out of the race, but tough luck for Drexel University because they had a top 10 locked in. So unfortunately, it looks like Jason Wallet is gonna be the last survivor for Drexel University to try to get any points. And so Tyler Klingen-Smith, it looks like he's gonna be in 10th place, as we saw a little bit of checkup right there with Aiken Lamar. Aiken Lamar looks like he spun around and he is gonna be falling back, but he saves it. He's going to be settling in, relegated into 10th place right now, sorry, 9th place, actually. But yeah, it looks like Tyler is going to move up. And yeah, so right now we got 6 laps to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, so a reminder. Oh, go ahead, Lucas.
No, you're good, you got it.
All right, so reminder from the stewards and the production team, and also what Lucas said earlier, we are going to be finishing on lap 15. Well, lap 15. Once we hit lap 15, it's going to be the white flag. So after that, the checkered waves at lap 16, and after that, it is over. We move on to the next round. Why is it instead of lap 20? Well, these cars, I mean, they didn't build a large enough fuel tank. So with how long this track is, COTA is one of the longest track. So it's gonna be lap 14 with the white flag, and lap 15 is when they cross the finish. Well, they cross our imaginary finish line with the checkered flag waving at lap 15. So to reiterate, just that's one last show. That looked like Jason Wallen was looking to make a pass there right now, right behind Nicholas Panella, but looks like he can't use his push overtake. As we see right now, he has a purple flash on his dashboard, so it means he's currently recharging his push overtake. So let me ask you this, Lucas, how does it feel when you're in a moment like this where you had such straight line speed and you had the chance to make the overtake, but you cannot because you had to wait for it to recharge?
Yeah, and in those situations, you just gotta hope that the draft or the slipstream from the car in front is enough to pull you close enough to make an overtake. It nearly was there for Jason Wallet, but as you can see, he just wasn't able to get late enough on the brakes to pass Nicholas Patinella here. But he is, I can tell, this 76 car of Wallet, he is antsy to get past Nicholas here. He knows he's quicker than him, and he wants to make this overtake to get his car into the 7th position. But yeah, as you said, Edward, the purple light on his dash is still flashing. And that's basically telling him, like, hey, you used your overtake within 2 minutes ago, and you're not going to be able to use it until it's able to recharge. And that, once again, comes back to the strategy of using that overtake. Oh, as we're talking about it, Nicholas Patinella goes round. So I will say thank you for the free place, and so will Ake Lamar as they both go by, and Patinella drops 2 places there.
I think that was a team order right there. Look, Robert Morris University are in top 10. So Patinella, while Tyler's going to be promoted to P9, looks like Nicholas Patinella is going to be reserved into P10. So
Yeah.
it is definitely still a points position right there. It says Tyler Klingsmith is going to be in 10th. Oh, hold on. Did I get it wrong? Yeah. So, yeah, Nicholas Patinella is the other way. So, sorry. So Patinella is still going to be in 9th. So he's still going to be in the top 10 unless his tires are shot at this point because they have 4 laps to go here.
Yeah, you might be right. Team orders would be interesting to get both of them on the front row for the second heat. Because as it stands, if they finish 9th and 10th, they will be 1st and 2nd starting the second heat. So maybe they're just joking over the comms a little bit, like, hey, like Tyler just said, like, hey, Nick, what if you just spin the car and you drop back to 9th? And Tyler's like, oh, Nick was like, oh, that's a great idea. Let's do that. Obviously, that's not what happened. We're just joking around here. But yeah, with that reverse grid, that 10th and 9th position, they're actually pretty nice.
I was going to say, yeah,
Oh.
let's do leaders updates. Right now, Cohen Evans was nearly less than 4/10 right there, going up into turn 1. He was really late on the brakings. I was seeing here in the sim, and it was getting really close. As right now, Cohen Evans just knows he can get a first-time win here for the CIL College Series. The first time for his university in this prestigious event, in this prestigious college racing event. So right now, he's hunting down Cale Davidson as he sees it right in front. Right now, does he can use the pushy overtake as they go into turn 11, late onto the braking, but looks like he's going to hit the corner a little bit better than him. Ooh, is this a good drive, but is he going to use his push to overtake? Right now, we don't see him use this, so he's just going to wait, and he's going to let the draft get him closer. But right now, less than 400th of a second right now. 4/10th of a second, I should say. Right now, he's peeking on the inside. He's going to go for it. He's going to send it in 12. He's going to get the pass. And but looks like it's a switch back over here when Cale Davidson on the outside. Can he make it? But no, as this is a heavy right-hander. But once again, Cohen Evans takes it wide here, and Cale Davidson just trying to get an opening here, but I don't think it's enough. It looks like Cohen Evans is going to be our leader of tonight here.
I think what just went into play there was the tires that we were talking about earlier. We were talking about it lap 2, lap 3. I think Cale focused a little bit too much on building that gap to second, that he forgot that he needed to save onto those tires for 15 laps of this race. So as you can see, it looks like Cohen was able to hold on to his tires a little bit better. He just has a little bit more pace in him. Oh, here we go, Cale on the overtake.
Never say
kind
never.
of see it. Cale has a lot of overtake left. You can see how far across that red and orange bar is. He still has well over 100 seconds of overtake left. Cale is not out of this. I would not count Cale Davidson out of this. This might actually be a grandstand finish, a fight to the checkered flag.
Yeah, he has currently, I can verify, he has currently 176 now. So he actually never uses overtake. This is actually his first time using overtake in this race. But right now, he still has it on. Through the S's, just turn 1 through 10. Right now, going into turn 11, he still has the overtake on. He hasn't even taken off the button. So it is game time now with 3 laps, well, less than 3 laps to go right now as they go out of turn 11, down through the straights. It looks like Cohen Evans is trying to break off that gap. He's trying to get rid of that slipstream. He's wanting to go left. Now he's going to try and go to the right here next moment to try to cut off the air right now with 130 seconds left. Cale Davidson's not be able to make it to turn 12. Oh, but he loses the rear tires just a little bit. He's going to go oversteering, but look like a save right there down into turn 13. What do you think, Lucas Moody? If you're in his position, can you make it back? Because right now he is all over the place. His car is uncontrollable. That overtake, maybe it's a little bit too much power. What do you think?
Yeah, the one thing about the overtake is that it is going to put a lot more power into those rear tires. So we already talked about this car has 550
Oh,
horsepower.
he almost went into the grass. Sorry. Right now, Cale Davidson nearly hit the grass. But right now, also on board here for battle for third. We got a battle for first and third. Clint Halterman trying to fight for the podium. facing off Nicholas Daly. So look at Nicholas Daly is just getting squirrely there with last lap. We're on the last lap, ladies and gentlemen. White flag as Clint Halterman. What a save! But I think that's it for Clint Halterman, as it's not going to be enough. But on the other side, for the leader, Cale Davidson still charging on Cohen Evans, as looks like he still has 70 seconds of overtake left. At this point, this rest of the lap, he can still have it on. But right now, Cohen Evans, can he get this first win for IUPUI? Can he make it? Oh, as it looks like Cale Davidson ate the yellow curve a little bit too much, but he's not giving up. He is throwing this car everywhere. He is Max Verstappen and Jeddah. He is not giving up this easily.
Yeah, you can tell just by the way old Davidson's driving. Those tires, those rear tires especially, are absolute gone and overheated. He's having to counter steer the car at the exit of every single corner, and being on the overtake button just doesn't help at all, actually. It's going to help a lot down the straights, but putting it on the exit of those split corners will give your rear tires so much more electrical power that it makes it even harder to get onto the gas, as Cohen goes a bit wide there, and Cale might be within striking distance now, just as he makes that mistake. And now Cale has under 20 seconds left to overtake, so he has been on it for a whole consecutive lap.
Yeah, right now he has 11 seconds left. Yeah, I was gonna say he has 11 seconds left, and Cohen Evans, he hasn't even used his overtake this whole lap. He's just been cruising. So right now, and it looks like he just lost his digital dashboard for a second there. Looks like Cale Davidson, I'm gonna say it right now, I don't think he has enough as they head down to turn 20 for the final time for our first heat race. It is a checkered flag, and Cohen Evans, for the first time in his CIL Formula College Series, is gonna win here at COTA for the first heat race tonight. And in second place, unfortunately, Cale Davidson. But look at this. Nicholas Daly, his first top 3 for University of Texas at Arlington, is going to finish at the podium for heat race. And that is going to be the alumni win for this heat race, is Nicholas Daly. And unfortunately, just out of the podium is Clint Halterman for UNC Charlotte, followed by another performance, a power performance by Athena Leclerc, St. Clair College for 3rd place in the students, followed by Adrian Tupakovic that is going to be rounding about in turn 20. He's going to be finishing off well for St. Clair College for a top 6, both top 6. What an amazing drive. You want to finish it off, Lucas?
It looks to be, are they still racing? I'm curious if they're still racing. Yeah, so this is the white flag lap. Actually, sorry.
I'm so sorry. I just pulled the IMSA. I just pulled the Daytona 24 IMSA. But luckily, at least we still get racing. Hold on, Cale Davidson's still charging on down into turn 12, so the racing is not over. This is why CL is amazing, fellas. Cale Davidson's still on the prowl, turns 13 and 14. Oh, they're both slipping right now. It looks like Cohen Evans slipped the same way, but is it enough? Cale using all he had, but right now, it's all about who can perfect this last sector. Down, up into turn 16. Through 17 on this right-hander. I really don't think it's enough. What do you think, Lucas?
Yeah, you can, like, they're struggling so much with the tires at the end of the stint here. It's every corner, all the drivers are having to counter steer. And here goes the checkered flag. Cohen Evans across the checkered flag first to take home the first ever win for IUPUI. Cross the line second. And here we go. We have the battle for the podium. It's going to be Nicholas Daly just barely coming ahead of Clint Halterman, who finishes only 4/10 behind. And wow, what a great battle. Battle for first, battle for the final podium position. Battles up and down the field as Athena Leclerc comes home for a nice, easy 5th place as she will finish completely in no man's land. Behind her, her teammate, Adrian Tupakovic. A great race from him, as you see here today. This is
never say never.
Is a great race here.
Never say never, because Adrian Tupakovic really locked up in turn 11 and in turn 20. So can he perfect these last laps? Because he does not want to take away his 1-2 finish with St. Clair College. He's going to round about, and he does. He masters the turn 20, and he's going to be fine. And it looks like it's going to be Aiken Lamar, followed around by Nicholas Pantanella and Tyler Klingsmith. Robert Moses back-to-back, and last but not least, it's gonna be Jason Wally for Drexel University. He's gonna take away the last point position, his last points paying position, and he has no front wing. What a lad right there, finishing it out with Andrew Burrow right behind for Clemson University. Andrew Williams also in 12th, and Alan Hong. But the one thing to note is that it looks like Andrew Burrow is gonna be taking he is going to be taking a penalty. So it looks like Andrew Burrow is going to be finishing unofficially in 12th, with Andrew Williams going to be moving up into 12th. 11th, I should say. And right now, in the race control right now, the stewards are saying to hold position. So as we stated, there's not enough fuel in these cars. So right now, everyone is slowly doing a parade lap as the admins are right now trying to finish the run. End the race right now, so we can start up our second race. And right now on board we have Kale Davidson, Lucas Sweetie. Want to talk about your teammate right here?
Yeah, Cale Davison, he drove a great first half of that race, but as I just got word from him, he was struggling so much with those rear tires at the end of the stint. As we talked about it kind of early, as those tires around here, this track is just so hurtful against those tires. We're gonna put some hearts up for everybody back at home watching, and yeah, he says, I asked him which was worse, fronts or rears, and he said those rears were completely terrible, and that, yeah, that by the end of the race, they were just completely shot. But yeah, great win there from Cohen Evans. And I didn't see who was starting on pole for our next. So it's
Roman
gonna be
first is going
Aiken
to be
Lamar starting on pole.
Jason Wallet.
That's gonna be Wallet.
Yeah, Jason Wallet finished in 10th. So yeah, so the inverted. If I got the grid right here. So right now, unofficially, it's gonna be Jason Wallet is gonna be 10th. He's gonna be starting first on the inverted. So it's gonna be Jason Wallet in first place. On the front row, joining him is gonna be Tyler Klinkensmith. Is gonna be ninth place. Sorry, second place. Third place is Nicholas Panella. Fourth place, Aiken Lamar. And joining on the third row is going to be Adrian Tupagovic. With the outside, Athena Leclerc. So it's going to be a St. Clair College lockout on row number 3. Row number 4, Glenn Halterman, UNC Charlotte, with Nicholas Daly from University of Texas at Arlington. And rounding out for our top 10, or for our last row 5, is going to be Cale Davidson and Cohen Evans on the outside with him. And then 11th is going to be Andrew Williams. 12th is going to be Andrew Burrow. 13th, Alan Hong. 14th, Mark Turek. 15th, Hunter Hatsty. 16th, Alexander Diamond.
Yeah, so this is going to be really interesting. What I like about CIL and FC is that Heat 2 presents a completely different set of challenges just because of this inverted grid. So,
Yeah.
The first heat, you're in qualifying, you qualify first, you can hold on to that first, you're the race winner, right? However, since you now won that race, you have to start the next race in 10th. So not only is it going to test just your flat out pace, it's also going to test your overtaking ability and how well you can stay out of those crashes.
So it looks like we are going to start the grid naturally. So it looks like they're actually going to line them up how it is. Hold on. The admins are right now working in real time here to get this started. Yeah, so they are extending the break right now. So it looks like they're going to do another parade lap. Yeah, so
Yeah,
let's show the folks right now what is happening right now. So as we said, unfortunately, not enough gas. So that means the race has to be shortened. But the problem is now it's about the admins have to be able to stop the race, but have it that it respects where the drivers are going to be finishing. So right now, once production shows us the cars right now, so the admins are right now trying to make everybody in their correct positioning. So when we call the race is over, it's gonna be then be able to invert the position for top 10 and be able to start. Oh,
yeah,
and
so
unfortunately, oh wait, hold on, we got some unfortunate news. Looks like the admin. It looks like the admin that had the only power to end the race prematurely has left the session. So right
oh
now
no.
looks like they're gonna try and make it to the finish line with this fuel. So yeah, right now it looks like the race is back on unofficially, as it is a race to. It's a race right now to the
Oh.
to start the second race. So yeah, unfortunately, due to technical difficulties, we're not going to be able to start the race sooner. But in the meantime, check out Lucky Lucas 13 at Twitter. He is a mad lad on Twitter. He's a funny guy, as well as me. Thank you
Do I have a
479.
Twitter? Wait.
I mean, you gotta add it,
Do
right?
I really have a Twitter? Wait, hold
You
up.
there's an ad right there, buddy. I mean, if production
Wait,
team
do I
puts
have
it
a
up,
Twitter?
it means oh okay.
Wait, no,
Sorry, my
wait,
bad.
do I
It's
really?
our Discord ads, but should we all agree Lucas Media should make a Twitter account? I
I
believe so. I believe
I
so.
have a Twitter account. It is Lucky Lucas 1310, so it's pretty close to that.
All
I
right,
do
well
not
there you
know the
go.
last time I
There
posted
you
on it.
There you go, folks. So right now, just a quick update on everybody. We are currently at lap 18. So they're currently 3 laps before they're gonna end the race. So they're all staying in position. So this is a admin order instead of team orders, and so they're gonna have 3 laps. They're trying to make sure that they can make it on fuel. And yeah, what I was gonna say. So yeah, Lucas Moody. Let me ask you this: while we're waiting for this whole fun shenanigans happening in the background. What do you think of that first heat? Like, what is it that you got out of it?
Yeah, it was intense. There were some really good battles all the way into the line. It was like Singapore, you know? I mean, I don't mean to say it, but like in Singapore, Verstappen wasn't there, the Red Bulls didn't show up, and same here, a Leaf wasn't able to show up, and some really exciting battles for first place in Singapore. So here we had some really exciting battles here at Circuit of the Americas because those dominant that dominant car of the number 12 of a Leaf, he wasn't able to make it this week. So it was really interesting. We saw podium battles to the finish line, first place battles to the finish line. And yeah, we saw St. Clair getting fifth and sixth. So a very good race from them. And yeah, just great race all around, really.
Yeah, and yeah, so we're also gonna in the meantime, we're gonna show off our driver's cam, our beautiful sail student colleges or alumni colleges, I should say also. As right now we got Kale Davidson on the top left, Adrian Tubagoik on the right, and then on the bottom. Say it again. Clint Alterman, so our lovely Clint Alterman, who likes to fix the camera to show our lovely audience his nice face. So, right now, it is as we see that they're even on the warm up lap, they're kind of struggling there with the steering wheel. So it goes to show even on the warm up laps, and this track has hands. This track does have hands. So right now they are on lap 19. So they got only 2 more laps to go, trying to save on fuel. But they are currently well. I was just told by production team to keep stalling, and right now the drivers are stalling on track. They are
Oh
running out of
no.
fuel. It is mayhem out there. But in the meantime, Lucas Moody, while we have the audience attention here, while we're waiting for these lovely gentlemen to get this rolling, right? This is an unprecedented, but we roll it with the punches. This is why CL is the best. It looks
Oh
like
wait.
Owen
They're
Evans has
going to
run out of
fuel.
fuel. The
Oh
leader is
no.
out. Oh no. It's just
Wait.
like Michigan. I forgot the cup race back in 2014. As the leader out of fuel, looks like Cohen Evans is gonna be passed by Cale Davidson. Oh, Cale Davidson also ran out of fuel. Nicholas Daly. Nicholas Daly
I
got fuel
think
right now.
they're all gonna run out of
Can
fuel.
he go
I
on the
think
outside? Nicholas Daly on the outside. Can he make it? He's gonna go looking on the outside, but it looks like he's not gonna have enough speed. Oh, he does not have enough. It looks like Nicholas Daly's just gonna barely have it.
it looks like they're trying to do like a safety car restart where they all like pack really closely together and just drive around the entire track at 30 mile an hour.
Hold on,
This
folks.
is
Athena
this
Leclerc
is
looking on the
interesting.
inside of Clint Holtzman. Oh, but she thought twice about it. She didn't think about it. Fellas, it is intense.
Oh no! And Daly installed.
It
Oh
is
no,
a
they fall.
parking lot. This is worse than an NIS at Martinsville. Folks, what is going on? So right
They
now, it
all
looks like
ran out of
Athena.
fuel.
Looks like on the driver radio, Athena Leclerc said that she's gonna get up and she's gonna go and use the bathroom. Agent Tubagoic just said right now they're gonna go and get food. So right now, these folks are just gonna get out of the car and stretch their legs because this is a red flag, ladies and gentlemen. Our first ever CIL Formula Car Series red flag. It is okay right now. Drivers are fine. Everyone is safe. The AMR safety crew is out there helping out with the crews, helping with the drivers, giving them a bottle of water. So we're gonna wait for a little bit. And in the meantime, speaking of water, Lucas, how excited are you about the iRacing rain update? I mean, I am stoked. I saw somebody uh oh, I mean, I'm honored to say this. Looks like we might have a little bit of a let's say a little drizzle here and there at tomorrow's college prototype race. Lucas, how excited are you?
Yeah, I mean, the rain is gonna change everything. It really does. I mean, racing in the dry to racing in the wet is two completely different things, right? In the dry, you just take your normal racing line, everything's fine. You got grip on the track, the asphalt, it's nice and grippy, it's nice and dry, right?
Yeah.
However, the rain is a game changer because it just everything you know about racing just goes out the window. Your racing line completely changes. Where you want to put your car in the track completely changes. How you want to just drive the car in general completely
Mhm.
changes, and it's going to test these drivers a completely different set of skills. So the race tomorrow is going to be super interesting. And yeah, and we're also going to be running dynamic weather from now on, which means that basically the weather is advancing
Uh,
as it would in real time, and it's going to be completely randomized. So for the next
I see a dark
season, the
cloud. I
next
see a dark cloud,
semester,
Lucas.
there could be
I see a dark
rain.
cloud
I
over
mean,
there.
Edward's right. There could just be rain randomly. Like it could be crazy. Just rain could just show up without the drivers knowing, and it. We might all have to box for wet tires, and the race strategy might come into play if it goes dry to wet. And I am really excited to start racing and doing some official races in the rain.
Of course, of course. So I was gonna say, yeah, it looks like we might get a few rain here. As right now, under red flag, the AMR safety team are still cleaning up the track right now. So right now, so what I've heard was a tornado hit turn 20 and right now turn 12. So right now, everyone's okay. Everyone's okay. AMR safety crew are out there and cleaning up the debris, but some of the curbs got lifted, just like back in Indianapolis Indy Road Cup 2021. And so right now, the drivers actually on the driver radio, they're eavesdropping on the stream. I don't know how they got their on their phone. Yeah, so right now it looks like the drivers are kind of getting unsettled. They're kind of getting afraid that the rain are going to affect this race, and I think I might have started a telephone game. So everyone's talking about rain in the race. Um, and yeah, I mean, if only we could get the drivers up in the booth. I mean, this would be an interesting red flag. We could. I've been trying to. Yeah, I will. All right,
I'm just gonna
hold on.
DM some of the drivers here,
Hold on.
see if they
The
want to
admin
hop up
said
to the booth.
admin said who wants to join? Kale? Yeah, all right. I'll say come up here, bud.
We should pull in Cohen as well.
All right.
First time race winner.
Are we ready? All right. Kale Davidson, welcome to the booth. And an unprecedented red flag incident, as looks like Athena Leclerc did not get back in her car yet. We were talking about that
She's in
a
the bathroom
tornado.
right now.
Ah, that makes sense. We said that the tornado hit turns 20 and 12, and right now the AMR safety team just said that they just cleaned it up. So we see right now that y'all are moving. So talk to us from their driver, Kale. How is it down there?
Uh, you know, we're driving. Cars only had about, I think, like 18 laps of fuel to make it to the end and 20-lap race. So the session, we called it at 15 laps, but then um, there's like no good way to like actually like end the race short. So now we're just hoping that we can, cross this line right here and get it done. But Athena just came back and she just now realized that everyone was waiting on her.
Yeah, and I want to quickly ask Kale. I mean, we heard a lot of driver discomfort with the oh, and Jason looks like he is saying "Vamonos" on the team radio. He is getting ready to get it going. And right now the drivers, it's unprecedented. So how is it that with this car we heard a lot of discomfort? Your partner here, Lucas Moody, talk to us about that the setup, the tires, it wasn't really great. So like, talk to us. Like, how is it going from this race, learning a little bit more on a longer run? Are you more prepared? Are you more, of a headache?
Um, well, something that I just realized is crossing the line there with 0 seconds left. We just got the white flag, so I guess still one more lap to go. Luckily, I saved some fuel, so I should be good.
Okay.
But yeah, tire degradation. I heard that, like, I heard people talking about, oh, it's bad, that kind of stuff. And from like the couple like 10 laps and stuff since that I did, it didn't feel that bad. But I was trying to play it at the end, try to use all my overtake on the last couple of laps, but I think honestly that was not the move because the tires were so shot in the rear that even with the overtake, the car was just struggling. I was sliding every corner, just trying not to crash the car at that point.
Yeah, we saw Cohen Evans just like fighting at you, and then we saw for like the last two laps, you were on overtake. You did not use that nearly all of racing. You just hooked it on. But we were thinking, was it maybe a little bit too much? Did you think going into the corners, out of the corners, like it was like just maybe a little bit too much of spinning the tires and maybe hurting you too much?
Yeah, normally like my go-to is just kind of stay off overtake, see where pace is, and then if I need to use it there, you can do like a little splash or dash overtake. But with this race, I was just trying to stay off it as much as I could because normally on the end of the stints, it'd be the front tires that are worn, and you don't normally have any problems with overtake. And honestly, you can set faster laps at the end of the race because the car's lighter.
Right.
But that obviously did not turn out the way that I was used to. A different setup, so it obviously changed a little bit on how the car drove. So the rears just could not handle the overtake power. But at that point, if I turned it off, I'd be on the retime, and I just kept it on just to get that extra power out of it in the straightaways.
So talk us through that battle with Cohen. We saw there are 3 laps remaining, and he dives down your inside going into turn 12. What were you thinking? Were you thinking, I'll stick it around the outside, or you go for the switchback? What was your plan there after you saw him dive bomb?
Yeah, like a couple of laps before, I saw him go wide coming off of the last corner, and he got to slow down for that. Then he dropped back, and then instead of going wide, I went and cut the corner like 2 laps later on that. So then I got to slow down as well, and he ended up like 0.6 behind me. And going down the straightaway, I'm like looking in my mirror trying to see if he has overtake on, and I'm looking in my mirror, I can't tell, and then I completely missed the braking. Well, I didn't miss the braking zone, but I just broke it the wrong board and was just like trying not to hit Clint. Um, but yeah, then I just broke it the wrong board, and then I was kind of at a spot where I was like, shoot, I don't know what to do right now. So I threw on overtake, and that was not the plan.
10-4. Well, right now the battle for 8th is getting on. Looks like Tyler Klingsmith is on tail with Nicholas Pandel as they reach around the last couple of corners on this final lap. So we're going to have to let you go here because this is just getting tight right now. As it looks like it is going to be a gas mileage range. So, Kel Davidson, thank you so much for coming around and good luck in your next race.
Thank you.
Looks like Nicholas Panella right now is on the looks like he is leading a pack of 4. The battle for 8th is intense with less than tenths of seconds between each other. One can only imagine who's gonna lose who's gonna lose the gas first. But looks like Tyler is gonna hang on to 9th place. Looks like with Jason Wallet just rounding about for a top 10. So strong drive by Drexel University, but unfortunately Andrew Burrow for Clemson University is gonna go womp womp and lose out on top 10. So what a great race from everybody here. As right now, we got a car stuck up ahead. What is that? Sideways right now. Oh, as they're almost collided and everyone disappeared. So it looks like it is going to be over for heat race number 1. And looks like the admins are going to start the race. Well, we're going to have the warm up here. So for 5 minutes, we're going to have warm up. But, we did talk about it, Lucas Moody, about the idea of rain having an issue, right? So I want to get back on that idea. So with the college prototypes and especially moving forward with this type of racing, um, do you think that could we see maybe a new winner potentially?
I would be optimistic to say we might see a new winner, but to be honest, Alif and Jordan, they lock down those CPC cars. I mean, even though
Okay.
it'll be raining, they still know like the cars like the back of their hand. They still, both of those drivers are going to be super experienced in rain driving other games like ACE and ACC. So, I mean, I would like hope to say that the rain is going to change a lot. It is going to change a lot for, I think, like those 5th through 10th place, the drivers who just got the game, the drivers who don't have as much experience. It's definitely going to like completely rock their world. But for those more experienced drivers like Alif, like Jordan, even like Nick Daly, who's done Formula racing in real life, since they have that experience and that experience in the wet and they know the different wet driving lines as we were talking about earlier, I still think Alif and Jordan are going to come out on top. but it is going to make the midfield very interesting, and that could change up some stuff there.
Yeah, and I wanted to say like I think we might get a new leader because who knows, they might get wrecked out on turn one in lap one. I'm not saying I'm hoping for that. I hope that we get a really nice and clean and non-crashing race, but that's just wishful thinking. People might call me delusional. I say CIL has one of the top drivers in the college scene right now, so it might all come down to that. But who knows? We might maybe see, a Rainmaster. Who knows? Somebody might come out of nowhere and just absolutely just blow the field by because they probably are. They probably played a lot of maybe Assetto Corsa or other games with rain on, and they're kind of like have an idea with it. But have you played around with this? I mean, I know the update just came out like yesterday. But have you able to tinker around with it, have fun with it?
Unfortunately, I have not. Since I'm 2 hours away from my rig at Ball State, I'm not really comfortable with the rig I used on Monday to drive in the Cup Series.
Okay.
Because it's my Logitech that's like 2.5 years old and the pedals are half broken.
Is
It
it the
was okay
Logitech
for track.
G920?
I think it's either the 920 or the 29. It's one of the two.
All
But like,
right.
it
Well,
was okay for Vegas because
mhm.
it's a track and you don't break and you just lift. So I was okay. I was okay doing it around there, but road courses, I'm not touching that thing.
Hey. I myself have a Logitech G920. All right,
No way.
and so I've been racing on that. And hey, this is how I got the number one spot for the time trial for the eNASCAR College Series. So all I'm saying is, don't give up. All right, you can always race
Yeah.
on whatever. It's like going back to your roots, Lucas. Right? That's where you first started
Yeah.
out,
That
right?
is well. Started out on the controller. I think
Ah,
most of
okay,
us
okay, okay.
started on Forza Horizon. Just the controller.
For me,
And then
NASCAR the inside lane.
yes, okay. So yeah, we're all starting different games, and then I went to this really really bad non-force feedback $50 wheel. It's the one you buy on Amazon that just it like rotates like this much on both sides, and that's it. And it's got like a
Yeah.
rubber band in the middle that centers it for like force feedback. So that's the second wheel I had. Then I moved to Logitech, and
Was
the
that for the
Logitech is
Xbox?
nice. I think yeah, I plugged it. Yeah, plugged in the Xbox, and played Forza on that for a bit. And I
Okay.
moved to the F1 game, and the F1 game on a non-force feedback wheel, it just doesn't work. Right. So then I got the Logitech G29 for my 16th birthday, which was 2.5 years ago. So it is a very old wheel now. Um, and then luckily when I got to Ball State, I got to use one of the rigs that I have set up there, which are absolutely amazing. Super super lucky to have that experience, and yeah. But yeah,
That is a
setting the
feel.
fastest lap on that wheel is amazing. That's crazy.
That's Yeah, I was gonna say. Well, I appreciate that. I was gonna say I want to comment like, oh, that's a feel good story for you. I mean, yeah, like the institute that the equipment that Ball State University provides for you, it is an immense one, and I love to see I love to see like us like as in like the idea of sim driving being taken more seriously and going into college is like as a esport, it's gonna be great. So yeah, we're gonna show Kale Davidson. So Lucas Moody, this is like something you got right. Like you got the direct drive wheel right there, a nice fancy microphone. You got the keyboard on the side, but you got an ultra wide monitor. But all of that does not even say is the rig setup, right? So talk to us about it.
Yeah, so really funnily enough, the rig right behind Kale is actually the rig I use. So we can kind of get a glimpse of it. Let me hold up. Let me see if I can. Okay, they're actually green, so I'm not going to GM Kale. But you can see those are my pedals I have right there, and the PC just behind them, and webcam that I use, and that is my triple screen monitor right there. And yeah, it's got all the bells and whistles, the direct drive wheel. I got my McLaren wheel that I just recently purchased. It's got everything. I mean, it also does have a mic. Kale and I bought our own personal mics so that our voice would come out clearer over the race chats and the game chats.
10-4. Well, yeah, no, that's an amazing thing. As right now, we are a lights away, and here we go in our round 8 for CIL Coda here for the CIL Formula Car Series. As right now, looks like somebody's gonna make it 3 wide going to the turn right now. As Tyler Klingsmith, he looks like he's gonna lose it going out really far outside. He's gonna go from second to sixth. So right now, Tyler Clinton Smith had a terrible start, but look who's up front and pushing. It's going to be Cale Davidson right now in third place already in front of him, Nicholas Candela. And look who's in leading. Jason Wallet pulling away. Can the man from Drexel University hold on to this lead? Time will tell us. Right now, a big wreck on the back. Oh, no. No, who that was. Oh, Aiken Lamar,
Oh,
Andrew Pearl, Cohen Evans, our last race leader. Unfortunately, Cohen Evans has lost his rear wing and he has a lot of damage. So looks like we're gonna watch that later. But right now the battle up front is cooking. Kel Davidson took it really deep on the inside there in turn 11. So right now Jason Wally hunting down by Kel Davidson. And right now Jason Wally has his push to overtake on. So he's just trying to get away right now. And so yes, right now it is the car number 61, Athena Leclerc, being investigated right now. Somebody overshot, almost hit Kel Davidson. Kel Davidson on the outside of, looks like he's on the outside of Jason Waller right now, going down to turn 13. What can he do right here? As looks like Jason Waller is gonna lose it again. And who's right behind him? Clint Halterman, and through goes Clint Halterman out of turn 14. Locks it up a little bit, but still manages to get second place. And right there, Nicholas Daly up front in third place yet again for University of Texas. It is a 1-2-3 here, but a tight battle as these top three drivers are going to be fighting it out in these next couple of laps.
yeah. So those drivers, excuse me, those drivers, Davidson, Halterman, and Daly, they started 9th, 8th, and 7th respectively on the grid, and they already forced their way up into the 1, 2, 3. So that's great driving by them within a lap too, as I mentioned. So for them to get past that many cars, see Hunter is gonna have a look down the inside of Tyler Klingersmith here, and she gets moved down with a little bit of micro lock on the front. But I would like to point out, Cohen Evans, oh, it's big spin. Diamond's in the wall. Oh no.
Oh no, that's a 2-4-2 for a bad race for Alexander Diamond to right now hit the wall. But now I don't see that much damage as he's going to get the car turning around. He's going to get it going. But yes, right now with the lead, top three. But Cale Davidson, maybe he learned a little bit something from that first race. As right now he looks like he's trying to baby those tires. But Clint Halterman all over the place just trying to hang on. And Nicholas Daly slowly but surely behind. Because remember, Nicholas Daly finished in front of Clint Halterman. He saved his tires. So could this be a rinse and repeat? Or does Clint Halterman says, no, not this time around, buddy. He's going to try and stay up front.
Getting word, we are going to look back at what happens on that lap 1 incident that seems to have involved Aiken Lamar, Andrew Burrow, Cohen Evans, who won our first race, and Leclerc. Ooh. Oh, is that Athena Leclerc gets into the back of the Panthers Esports car, Cohen Evans. I wonder how it started. Here we go. So coming through the S's, oh, and it looks like that Athena Leclerc gets wide into Cohen Evans, and that collects, it looks like, Andrew Burrell and Aiken Lamar, unfortunately. Ooh, yeah, I don't know if Athena was coming out or Cohen was coming in, but I think it was just a standard case of two drivers trying to occupy a space at the same time. And it caught both of them, as well as Andrew Burrell and Aiken Lamar were innocent bystanders of that wreck, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I want to mention, looks like it is, well, Cohen Evans just left the pit. So Cohen Evans, he's out on the track again, trying to get some laps in, trying to let the field pass by. But right behind Cohen Evans, unfortunately, are the two drivers that are out. So Aiken Lamar and Andrew Burrow looks like they're going to be chilling in the pits because their day is over. But Mark Turek out in 10th place. One thing that I got to mention, Mark Turek had a strong drive last time around for Pennsylvania College's technology. Looks like he's going to be in that 10th place position. So it is going to be a good day for him in the terms of points if he can hold on, because behind 10th is Alexander Diamond, 8 seconds away. So right now, the top 10 looks like it is on. But right now, Nicholas Daly, look at the inside of Clint Halterman. And I told you this, Lucas, earlier. I said he was going to wait. He's going to wait for those tires to warm up to make the attack. But Clint Halterman, he's not going to give up slightly, as he's going to be on the left side here with the push to overtake on. Going down the straightaway into turn 11, into turn 12. Who's going to be last on the brakes? Clint Halterman, as Nicholas Daly's going to be really late on the brakes. Clint Halterman's going to take the inside, but looks like, oh, Nicholas Daly has to run. He's going to get the inside here, going to turn 13, and he's going to put the nose there. They make a little bit of contact, wheel to wheel, but it's just rubbing paint as Clint Halterman is going to get the pass by, but Nicholas Daly taking it wide here. He's going to try and make it on the inside, but looks like Clint Halterman lives another lap. What an amazing drive by these fellas.
Yeah, it looks like Daly broke way later than Halterman, but since Halterman had that inside line, was able to have the shorter way around the corner, basically a shorter line around the corner. It's the same physics that works at like a track and field event of that track where that shorter line is going to be the quickest way around. Since Holtman had that inside line, even though he didn't break later than Daly, he was able to keep the positioning due to that fact the inside line is shorter. And we already saw a great battle that last lap. I think we're going to get another great battle into 11 and 12 here between these second and third place here.
Yeah, right now it is one thing to know right now. Kel Davidson, he's looking in his mirror. He is laughing menacingly. He knows that while those
Yep.
two drivers are fighting it up, he can ease off the gas. He can take it nice and slow, Kel. You gotta save those tires. And one thing to note, you got a lot of space behind you. You can let off the gas a little bit, save those tires. So right now, he is excited. Right now, he's excited to see those two drivers in the back fighting it out, but still even in the lead. Look at those hands. And it's only lap 4, Lucas.
Yeah, this setup just seems to have a really unstable rear end. The rear wing may just be turned down a little bit too much, and it's causing the drivers to have a lot of oversteer out of the corners, which makes them have to countersteer like that. Which not only is that going to spin up your rear tires, giving the car that much aggressive countersteer, you're basically turning those front tires super aggressively. That's also going to wear down your front tires. So it's just a battle again, another battle for tire wear. But I think these drivers will have learned their lesson after the first heat, that maybe just ease the tires up the temperature those first couple laps, save them a little bit throughout the race. That way you actually have rubber on the tires to finish this race.
Yes, and one thing to notice right now, as looks like 4th place, well, he lost it to Hunter Hesse. It looks like Jason Waller for Jackson University is going to be relegated to 5th place for now. One thing to note is Clint Halterman. Right now, what can he do? Because he knows if he gets in front of Gale Davidson, this will be his first ever CIL Formula College Series win, and that is something proud he can do for UNC Charlotte. He won as an alumni, but to win over as a winner is a whole different story, and to get that first place would be proud, a very proud moment for him. But right now, he is standing right now as the alumni winner if he can keep his position. It looks like Nicholas Panella had a little spin off into turn 1, and looks like he's going to get passed by Tyler Klingensmith, but he's going to hold on and defend against Andrew Williams right now, who's hunting right there behind him, Clemson University, on the prowl to get top 7 here. So,
Yeah,
one thing, as you said, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, those Robert Morris cars are looking very, very racy today. You don't often see them in the top 10, but they've been running in the top 10 these past 2 races, so very good day for them. And yeah, you were talking about Clint Halterman earlier. I believe he got the double alumni win when we went to Imola just a couple weeks ago. And as we see, when we go to the road courses at the Cup Series, he finished 3rd at Charlotte Road, 2nd at Montreal. So we know that that 700 car for Halterman is very quick. So we're going to see if he can hold off Nicholas Daly here. Just as I said that Nick has got that gap back under 8 tenths. And I think, Halterman struggling with that wheel there, and Daly might use that as an opportunity to come and attack.
Yeah, and I really thought that Nicholas Daly, with that charge he had going to out of turn 14, turn 15, he wheel contact with Clint Halterman, and he gave him some room. So I don't know if it's a little bit of, you know what, he might be a little bit upset. I want to give him a little bit of space, but still looks like Connor Daly just once again gaining him. So who knows? It might be inevitable that Nicholas Daly is gonna be able to make the passes. Right now, Nicholas Daly just got the fastest lap, a minute 45, 5:17. So hopefully he's not killing those tires too quickly. And yeah, as I was gonna say, one thing to note is that we're gonna be jumping to the 8th battle here with Andrew Williams. Gonna try and get into the Robert Morris University 1-2 right now in 6th and 7th. But it is really a difficult track. But I was gonna say, yeah, kudos to Clint Halterman. I mean, the man can wheel the Cup car anywhere. He can wheel it here. So a strong drive by him. And right now, Andrew Williams through the S's once again. As
Yeah,
yes,
as we
I
see
did.
Andrew Williams.
I was gonna say, when I met Cup Car, I meant to add on to your comment, Lucas Media, that yes, we saw him run in the race in the Cup Car during the road courses, and I mean, hey, I could barely do it. The man can do it, and I give much respect to him. And so right now, Andrew Williams down into the heavy braking zone in turn 11. It's up front of him to Robert Morris University, but looks like Nicholas Panella is just a little bit further into the braking than Klingensmith. So what is it? Team orders here. Does he give past Nicholas Panella? Right now he has the overtake on. He's going to look on the inside here, down the straightaway. going to turn 12. He's going to be late on the braking. Patnella is going to let it. He's going to have it. But looks like he broke a little bit late as team orders. Yes, but Andrew Williams now. He's going to be right behind Tyler as Nicholas is not going to be able to defend him. So Andrew Williams, what can he do here to get his pass? But right now, he's already close. Is he going to look on the inside here to going to turn 16? No, he does not. He's going to look at the outside, but he gets a little squirrely. He's going to get a good run here. Right now, Tyler had to take a really inside lane, which did not give him much speed as Andrew just slowly getting in. Turn 16 and 17 down into 18 and 19. So 19 out of here. But Andrew Williams just close, but not so close yet. Down into 20, down the braking. Will he have? Well, right now he does not. He does not have his push overtake. He has the purple lights flashing. So once again, as Lucas Moody said, gotta rely on that draft, right?
Yeah. So, as you said, Andrew Williams is that purple light is blinking. He does not have overtake. So the only way he could get past Tyler Klingesmith here is with the draft. However, I will. Right in front of Klingesmith is his teammate Patnella. So when it comes down to the straight, Patnella will be doing everything in his power. Smith, on the sausage curve. Not what you want to do there. It's going to leave him vulnerable to an attacker from Andrew Williams. And another very quick driver in the cup car, Williams is. And he's going to send it.
I got to mention
11.
it. But right now, Andrew Williams looks like he's just getting. He's in the technical corners, especially through the S's, out of turn 1. He has a better runoff. So right now, he was looking into the inside there.
Ooh,
but he's not going to. But yeah, right now Tyler's really late on the gas and really early on the brakes. So as we see Andrew Williams trying to see, he has pushed overtake right now. He's still he's not side by side there yet. As also Tyler's also using his push overtake. But right now, side by side, down into turn 12, Williams, Klingesmith, who's gonna be late on the braking? As Klingesmith is gonna be on the later braking, but he nearly hit his teammate. He goes wide, but Andrew Williams is gonna get 7th place here. Nicholas Pandela breathes a sigh of relief as Tyler did not use him as the brakes right there as he took it wide. Oh, teammates almost getting to teammates, but as they live to drive another corner as Nicholas Pandela is gonna be he's gonna be preyed upon by Andrew Williams as right now he is hunting down that top 6.
Let me tell you from personal experience, the last thing you want to do is collide with your teammate. Because
you have experience with that?
Anyways, Kevin Davidson just set the fastest lap, and it looks like he is speeding ahead here, trying to pull away from the 700 of Halterman and the 280 of Nicholas Daly.
But with no avail, as I was gonna say quickly, look at that, less than 2 seconds. We saw him with 3 seconds at least around lap 4, but ever since lap 5, it's been always at least a second and a half.
Yeah, I don't know whether Kale is now taking that last heat into consideration, saying, okay, let's save my tires a little bit. We know he likes to save his overtake for the end of the races. Maybe that's what he's doing here. Maybe he's just playing it safe, playing his tires nice and easily. But yeah, Halterman is starting to catch him. So I wonder if Halterman is just using his tires a little bit too much, and if they might start falling off at the end of this race. That's what Kale did in Heat 1.
Yeah, right now I was on board with them, and Clint Halterman just got a bit loose right there. Yeah, exactly. We're on board right now with Clint Halterman, and I was looking at their I was looking at their sector times, but I was also looking at their driving style right now, especially out of these corners. And I just hear Clint Halterman's tires. They are screeching. They're asking for mercy. They're begging for life. As Clint Halterman is just handling that car, whipping it around. It is only a matter of time. The man, you gotta slow down, brother. You gotta let those tires cool, because he is not even having push to overtake on. He is spinning everywhere. Right now, Mark Turk on the hunt. As Alexander, looks like Mark Turk actually had an issue there, and it allowed Alexander Diamond to get that position back up into 9th place. But behind him is Adrian Tibagoic. So right now it is a battle for 10th. And it looks
like Andrew Williams' car is
Andrew Pearl just it's falling apart.
That's a glitch, I'm pretty sure. Because my car is driving fine, but what the heck? There we go,
Andrew Williams right now, it is he's
witchcraft.
The car is fine. We just had a little bit of audience let the audience know. Right now iRacing is under maintenance. So I will have to say this right now. We are in week 13, so usually week 13th is week of madness, and that includes even in the league racing. And so iRacing looks like it's having its fun time as Andrew Williams has no front wheel. He is driving that thing with his rears. What a bad lad. It's Clemson University. You gotta pay this man because he's working overtime.
Yeah, you said it, Edward. This is actually for iRacing. We just had a huge update 2 days ago, and it looks
Lewis
like they
Hamilton
still
can
have some
never.
things to smooth
Max
out.
Verstappen can never.
Because
You
yeah,
can't tell
yeah,
me they can't be able to drive this car without a front steering wheel. Like, look at this man. He was able to do that through turns one and four.
yeah, I think there was a point in time where he had no wheels on his car. His car was just literally floating along the racetrack, no wheels. Oh, that's crazy.
And
iRacing,
just
wait,
a little.
iRacing.
I was gonna say a little bit, yeah. That's iRacing at its finest. This is why we love this service. Aiken Lamar, and Cohen Evans. Unfortunately, they have left the track. They left with the sour face. They are unfortunately out of the race from the beginning. But they left the yeah. So they did leave. We wonder if it's an internet issue, but they look like they just got on the caddy and they went to get some barbecue. Cause here in Texas, you gotta get those barbecues. I heard they're really good, really delicious. Right now, Andrew Williams close behind. Right now, chasing. Right. It's, oh my God! Is he gonna get him into turn one? As he looks on the inside, he's gonna send it in.
Oh,
But will it be enough? As it looks like Nicholas Panella is gonna take it wide, but they're gonna keep it clean, side by side. Down into turn two, they're still side by side. Dude, turns three, they're gonna get to the S's, boys. You guys gotta single file it out. As it looks like Andrew Williams is gonna give him to it as they go through the S's, but looks like Andrew Williams has a better runoff, but looks like he's gonna have to slow down, or else he's gonna get in the back of Nicholas Panella. He's gonna have to let him by. But once again, Andrew Williams is just faster on the gas. He has a better line through the S's. The sector times are just insane. Down into turn 10. What is he going to do going to turn 11? Will he make another pass? He will not. I believe so. He'll be smart enough to see if he can prioritize a really good exit speed. As right now, he does not hit the curve. He gets it out wide. They both did actually a really good job. But unfortunately, Lucas, do you see it? Purple lights. Oh, but he has it on. Can he use push overtake right now?
it does not look like he's using it. However, the car ahead, Nicholas Patinella, is using it. So I don't think that Andrew Williams is going to be able to catch up to him just with that draft, solely due to the fact that Patinella is using that overtake to the fend here.
Yeah, but still, even without that, he was still able to break just so much deeper. So Andrew Williams, right now, he is getting ever so closer. A little bit of a lockup there out of turn 16. Down to 14. Down through 16 and 17. I mean, what a amazing race right now. We got a battle for the 7th, battle for 10th really right now, and battle for first is still there as Clay Halterman, still less than 2 seconds there. As Andrew Williams once again here, down into turn 20. What can he do? He gets a better exit right here off the corner. Oh, but a little bit of squirrel there,
Just as you said
unfortunately.
it.
But he was doing so good. Oh man, I hate myself for commentating. Anyways, up to the elevation here, down into turn 1. Still is not there. Close to the. Oh, he goes a little bit wide. Nicholas Pennell is going to go wide. It looks like Andrew Williams. Can he take advantage of this here? Down into turns 2 and 3. Right before the S's. Can he get close? But he knows Nicholas Panella is slow through the S's, so he has to let it off here a little bit. He does, but he also goes a little bit wide out of turn 6. But Andrew Williams still behind them through turn 7 right there. He goes a little bit wide, but he's going to have to cut it short here. Turn 8, but what a save. It's as if he didn't even make a mistake. He's still going hard. Down to turn 10. Can he do a move here? Right now on his dashboard, I see nothing, no purple here. So going out of turn 11, if he gets really good here, does not spin it a little bit there, but he's still on the draft. He's not going to opt for the push to overtake, especially right now with 4 laps to go. What can we see here, Lucas? What would you be doing right now?
I mean, if I were Williams, I would have kept on my overtake. Oh, he's going to dive it in! Down the inside, Nicholas Patinella. However, he does not get the run off the corner since he was on the brake so late. And I don't know if he was planning on doing that move. I don't know why he wouldn't just throw the overtake on, get way more alongside of him. But
I might be trying to save it for these final few laps, but sorry, I did pull a Dale Jr. said a spin out of turn 11, and that was Adrian Tupagovic. He lost out of 10th down into 11, so it looks like Mark Turek is going to be upgraded and promoted to P10. So right now, Mark Turek is trying to survive onto turn 10. Trying to stay in 10th place. But yeah, so Adrian Tupagovic unfortunately had a spin out of turn 11, so that's why I said, oh, spin. So sorry for scaring you folks, but right now Andrew Williams once again just trying, but look who's behind them! Tyler Klingsmith, where has he come from? As he's right now pulling in 0.5 seconds, as it looks like Robert Morris University said nah to Williams right now, and he's trying to get back to him. As through turns 3, through the S's, once again, Andrew Williams, does he have enough? He's going to get a better entry here, as it looks like Nicholas Panella has a terrible S turns here. He's not going to be able, but Andrew Williams, again, has to let off. You got to give it to Panella. He is putting on a defensive drive tonight.
Yeah, we saw how quick Andrew Williams was with 2 tires on his car. Now look how quick he is when he's got 4 tires toppling on that car. He is in charge at Nicholas Panella. However, Nicholas Panella has just thrown on his overtake. So it's going to be...
Oh,
and here
looks like Andrew Williams. He's got it on. Production, put on Andrew Williams, please, quick, thank you.
Overtake.
Oh, but
we
have
got
enough.
overtakes coming in. I can feel it. We got overtakes
I
coming right
feel it too. He's gonna look on the inside. He's gonna send it in again. Can he make the pass? No, he's not. Ooh, barely just touching him. And we saw, once again, we got to give credit to Panella here. He is sending it far on the outside, late on the braking, and able to just accelerate off, because even with the overtake, Andrew Williams was just not there enough, and he did not have that rotation. As right now, we're going to be on board here. Take it away, Lucas.
Yeah, just behind them, Alex Diamond, the 049, just got past Tyler Klingensmith, and he is quick. Let me tell you, he is going to want to get past Williams here, going to want to get past Patinella. He's going to want to get that 6th position for this race, get those nice 8 points, and get a really good finishing spot here for the Alumni Championship and the overall championship. Because as you can see, Diamond is outpacing these cars by a fair amount here. As you see, Williams, is he going to make a move into turn 1? He is not going to be able to do it, but he's got a really good run because Patinella likes to take that corner deep. But, however, his S's 3 through 8, you can just, there's no way of putting a car too wide. Oh, it just goes off the track. Oh, no, that's not what you want to do. That's going to get a slowdown penalty.
I was just about to mention, he's been really loose. He's just throwing the car around, but the car is going where he wants to go. But the problem was the car went off-bound, and he went off-bound. But right now, what does that mean in terms of, oh, yep, he has to give up the position. He has to slow down. But, hey, look who's there. Alexander Diamond from Jackson University. Where did he come from? Out into turn 11, out of turn 11. Looks like Alexander Diamond is not going to have enough speed right now because he does not have push to overtake. But behind him, look at that, Nicholas Panella is right now trying to fend off who but none other than Tyler Klingsmith. So right now, Andrew Williams is being pressured behind for 8th place, really. As right now, it is a battle for 8th, 7th, 8th, 9th. It is all over. So it's a battle for 6th in general, but wow, these cars are going at it, especially with 2 laps to go.
Yeah, so it looks like those 4 cars that were involved in that first lap incident, you got Cohen Evans, Aiken Lamar, Andrew Burrow, and Athena Leclerc, are all out of this race and have retired, unfortunately for them. So we saw that first lap, the Heat 2 of first lap, it's just about surviving and not getting into wrecks. Luckily, Cohen Evans had a really good first race, which will pick him up some points. And this is the second to last lap here. We're going to have lap 14. The last lap will be lap 15, so we got 2 more laps here for you guys. And let's see, can Andrew Williams make his way back to Alexander Diamond after the mistake in the S's? Or will Alexander Diamond be able to pass Nicholas Patinella? As we've seen, that 049 of that Drexel University car has been very quick today.
Yeah, and it's an amazing drive. As right now, Andrew Williams has just almost got into the gearbox of Alexander Diamond. Once again, Andrew Williams, I know he's thinking he's just faster than these guys, but he just cannot make the pass. The corners are too tight, and this car is too tight. But he's going to be thinking about it here as they head down to the heavy braking zone in 11. Out of turn 11, who has the better exit here? As Andrew Williams has a really good exit here. He is turning on the overtake right now. What can he do right now? Is he chasing down Alexander Diamond? And Alexander Diamond does not have overtake. He's going down side by side. Will they go side by side here? As he does, he's going to the left side. Andrew Williams side by side. Williams, Diamond. Who's going to be late on the braking? Williams is going to be able to overtake Diamond, but Diamond is not going to give up. He's looking on the inside right now, going to the next corner. He puts his nose there. They don't make contact side by side. Still, amazing race. still side by side, but looks like Andrew Williams takes it on the inside for the next corner and is able to get it out. Oh my God, I'm out of breath. Take it away, Lucas.
Yeah, and as you've seen, that has allowed Patinello to pull away. Great move there from Andrew Williams, but that gap from 7th to 6th is now just under a second, and it was over a second at one point. So if I'm Patinello, I'm thinking, let's go. These guys behind me are fighting. They're letting me pull away. And now here we go, the white flag lap, the last lap. Can Patinella hold on to P6, or can Andrew Williams take it off him as he's already 4 tenths behind him?
I was just about to
And here
say
we go,
right
I'm
now,
voting Cale.
yes, the leader right now, yes, Cale Davidson soon going around. I mean, we already know this man. He knew what he had to do from his first race. He'd learned his mistake. Now he is capitalizing on it, leading up front with a comfortable 5.6 seconds lead. But right now, the hunt is on with Clint Halterman just barely hanging on. But thank you, production team. Is right now Andrew Williams is right there behind Nicholas Panella as he makes the corner. He's gonna be side by side going down to turn 10, but looks like he gets the door shut on his face. But no, once again the switcheroo right there. As it looks like Nicholas Panella is gonna take an inside corner here, but he's not gonna get the runoff here. As Andrew Williams, can he make it right here? As it looks like he's gonna be right there. As right now the leader running about he's gonna win. Don't stay off yours right now, Cale Davidson. He is gonna win for Ball State University. Side by side, they're gonna go 3 wide here into turn 11, turn 12. What are they gonna do?
Diamond
Late
backs
on
out
the
of
braking,
it.
Andrew Williams. He's gonna take it, but looks like Nicholas Panella on the outside, not gonna give up. They're both on the overtake. Andrew Williams, his tires are hot. It's a switcheroo move. Nicholas Panella still has the speed. Can he do it? But yes, you heard that. You heard that right, folks. 3 wide as Andrew Williams, Nicholas Panella, and Alexander Diamond took it 3 wide and into turn 12. But right now, it looks like Williams, can he hold it off as Nicholas Panella is still there, as they're still on overtake. They're all giving it all. It's the final lap of Coda, as it looks like Alexander Diamond sent it. Oh no, it looks like, who was that? It
I
was
think Klingsmith sent
was
it on the inside
Klingsmith.
of Diamonds, and there was no room left. And
And
Williams is going to take that 6th position.
followed by
Wow, great
Panello in
battle.
7th place,
Great battle.
Diamond 8th, and Klingsmith is gotta be, as right now Andrew Williams on the radio saying driver of the year, as they really went 3 wide. I really hope we get a replay right of that one. As a driver's,
Yeah,
go ahead, Lucas.
that last lap battle was so invigorating, so exciting. It's great. Oh, and Alan Hong in the gravel there. It's great to see. It's
That's
great to see
Alan Hong.
those last lap
He's just
races.
sunbathing. He's just taking a nice little stroll.
Just enjoying the Texas sun. Maybe go for some barbecue afterwards. Maybe go see a Dallas Cowboys game. Go check out the Houston Texans. There's lots to do down there. Lots to do down there in Texas. And that is the race. Cale Davidson, everybody, your Heat 2 winner will be Cale Davidson. Second place, Clint Halterman. And rounding out your podium will be Nicholas Daly.
It looks like it is. Hold on. Right now, there's drivers are kind of getting confused right now. Some of them are getting black flags for some reason.
Oh, no.
So, the iRace admins are going to be working overtime once again tonight to try to get things done. But I have the replay of the 3 wide, and I can't officially say we went 3 wide in Coda. That is true. We it was Nicholas Pandel on the outside, Andrew Williams on the middle, and Alexander Diamond on the inside. So these folks took it 3 wide into turn 12. So I mean, if y'all didn't really enjoy that, like, you guys get out of here. Come on, hit the subscribe button and hit that like button, because you will never, ever get any racing anywhere but here, the CIL, the home of quality college racing. So please smash that like button and comment down below how insane that was. Lucas, how insane was that?
I mean, that was crazy. I'm kind of sad we didn't get a battle for first, like the first heats, but that battle for sixth was absolutely crazy. As you see just behind us, Cale Davidson burning out those tires, doing some celebratory donuts. And I mean, wow, just absolutely great racing. You said it, Edward. The absolute peak of quality of collegiate road racing right here, ladies and gentlemen. You can't find it anywhere better than right here.
Amen, amen.
I think
All
we got
right,
some interviews here.
we got the top 3 ready. So let's take our 3rd place. Uh, uh who would that be? Yes, Nicholas Daly is gonna. Oh, well, yes, Nicholas Daly. Let's pull him up into the booth. Nicholas Daly, welcome to your home state, your home track for University of Texas at Arlington. Congratulations on that P3. How does it feel being here on the podium?
Thanks. Yeah, I guess I'm happy enough that I got to the podium, but didn't feel like it was a super good drive. I had a bunch of mistakes everywhere, just sliding the rear of the car, especially the last 2 laps. And it seems like once you get the rear end loose, it just does not want to stick back down to the ground. But yeah, at least I'm on the podium, so happy with that.
Yeah, and I want to
Yeah,
say,
so
I mean, well, go ahead, Lucas. My bad, go ahead.
you're good. How difficult was it to hold on to those rear tires? Keep them from overheating because I saw all the cars today were just sliding all over the place, and the temperatures in your rears will skyrocket if you're not careful. So how hard was it to control that?
Right. Yeah, it's super tough with the amount of power these cars have, and it's like as soon as you get a little bit of wheel spin, it just skyrockets the tire temperature, and it takes probably like half a lap to really of like real gentle driving to bring them back down. But yeah, it's tough. Like one little wheel spin will cost you 1 second easy.
Yeah, and I was just gonna mention, like, you had a really great drive in that first race. I mean, what an amazing drive you had, especially finishing out in your first race. For the first heat, it was 3rd place that you got. So I mean, sorry, being in 3rd place here, you had a really great drive. It was sorry, I got the whole scoring thing here. So for 2 3rd places in a row, um, going into this track, I mean, like, did you have a feeling of like, yes, I'm going to win this race and it's going to be great?
Not really. I mean, I didn't do too much practice, and I forgot there was that big iRacing update, so I had to wait a while to even load up the practice session before the race. But yeah, I saw a Leaf, I guess, didn't join, so there was a chance for a new winner at least. But yeah, wasn't quite fast enough.
Well, 10-4 almost had it there, but while we have you here, want to give out a shout out to anybody out there?
Yeah, shout out to the UTA racing team. Shout out to Downforce Racing, and shout out to you guys for putting on a great broadcast. Thanks.
Hell yeah, man. It's been a pleasure up here in the booth, and the racing was incredible and an unprecedented first red flag here in the CIL. So thank you so much for being part of history, and congratulations on the performance, and hopefully we get to see you soon here in the booth soon enough.
Yeah, thanks.
And that was our 3rd place finisher, Nicholas Daly, as we're going to move on with our 2nd. And that will be our lovely Clint Halterman, as unfortunately Lucas Moody had an emergency, and he will be back here in the booth soon enough. But just imagine Lucas Moody there, like draw a little cartoon figure right there. That's him right there. So yeah, let's bring up 2nd place. Clint Halterman, welcome back to the booth, man, and congratulations on that P2. Really strong drive in that first race. Unfortunately, you did fell out of the podium, got 4th, but in this one, you're able to keep it in the 2nd, especially from the upcoming and really tough racer that was uh, Nicholas Daly. So how was it for this race in this Heat 2?
Yeah, the first race I got front wing damage on the first lap, so I got used to the car. Well, this setup was so I've never thought I'd complain about a car turning too much, but yeah, this I mean it's like it was insane how much the car turned. It turned way too much. So when I got front wing damage, I was understeering more, and it really hurt me through the S's and then also through the triple right hander towards the end of the lap. So during the second race, first after get halfway through the lap, you start to really get back up to speed when you're kind of going dancing around other people, and then I forgot how much the car turned, so I had to really deal with that for our first couple laps. But then, but yeah, I think I had similar pace to Kale. Nick did a really nice move, caught me sleeping, going into the hairpin, going onto the back straight. I think on lap 3 or something like that, and we had a good battle there. But then allowed Kale to get away there. I think I closed the gap a little bit, but we were just kind of trading lap times at that point. And then towards the end of the race, the tires were gone. I was barely holding on. Um, barely holding on to the car, and I was reaching the incident point limit. So at the last couple laps, I had a little bit gap. So I just like, all right, I'm just gonna take my P2, back it down a little bit. Let's not get let's not get a penalty here. So yeah, solid results in the first 2 races. I was hoping I could get a win, but I can't complain with a fourth and a second.
Time for a great drive. Lucas Moody, got a question for him?
So you talked a lot about, or we've had a lot of drivers talk about how oversteery the setup is, and this car was today. That front wing damage in the first, did that balance the car out almost, or did it just exacerbate the problem?
So I think in some corners it helped. I think, um, because it just depended when I think the problem with where I faced in the when when you're chaining corners one after the other. So like I mentioned, the S's, you're not taking a break. You're going left, you're going right, back and forth like that. The front wing damage did not hurt or did not help at all. That really made the car hard to turn. And then, like I said, that really the triple right hander towards the end of the track. Also, same thing, chaining cores together. It just I couldn't really keep the speed up there. But throughout a lot of the other corners, it did definitely feel a little more balanced. So if I could just get if I could combine the two, I think that would have been a really good handling car. A little bit more understeer through like turn 1, for example, and some of the other corners. But then through the sections where you're just chaining the corners one after the other, I would have liked where I didn't have the front wing damage. So I thought maybe it'd be a little bit more of an advantage, but it just those sections of the track, especially the S's, really that's where I lost a lot of my time. Um, and plus being in dirty air, just it made it even worse. Just with the front wing damage. So, yeah, just in some corners it helped. But in some corners it didn't help at all.
Yeah, I mean, we saw you were just wheeling the hell out of it, man, like left and right, going crazy. It's like Alpine, but like at least you were fast, so Alpine could never.
Yeah.
So good job today. So want to give out a shout out?
Yeah. Shout out my friends and family. As always, of course. And shout out to y'all. It was kind of a weird circumstance for the races today, but thank y'all for still putting on a show for us, and I'm
Oh,
looking
of
forward to the
course.
next one.
We're glad y'all drivers were safe. I heard that there was a tornado hit in turns 12 and
Oh
20. The
yeah.
AMR safety team was out there fixing the curbs, so working overtime, unprecedented red flag in Seattle. But yeah, so thank you so much for those kind words. We always appreciate you putting on a show out there, and hopefully see you back in the booth soon enough.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
Take care.
Alright, so Holtzman is in and out. We'll soon coming back next week, probably. As next up, we got our final driver top 2. And Lucas Moody's best buddies. I'm gonna take one. So let's bring in Kale Davidson here. And Lucas Moody, you're gonna start us off here.
Hail Davidson, how are we doing?
I'm doing good.
So you got another win. This is your 3rd of the season now. So how you feeling after it? You know, you're winning a lot, and I saw that I gotta love your monitor there. Your monitor is doing.
Show us the monitor.
Show it. Go back to that monitor.
No,
What is that?
I just got rid of it somehow. Wait, here we
Oh
go.
no! I mean,
Bring
your
back
background is
Toothless.
so
Yeah,
crazy.
continue what
Bring
you're
back
saying.
Toothless.
Okay. But how much did that first heat like teach you about that? Why is it me? Why is there a picture of me?
Yeah, no, the first heat race definitely like taught me a lot to tire save. I learned like kind of where I was making mistakes. Keep going away. I learned where I was making mistakes and basically just tried to use that first race, even though that didn't go the way that I wanted to. Still drove it to my best and kind of used that as a baseline for the second race, and I think in the long run it paid off pretty good. And definitely second race went a lot better, tire saving. Car felt so much better. I don't know if it was a mixture of I wasn't on overtake and I wasn't in dirty air, but it was pretty much night and day on how the car drove. But yeah, I mean, compared to the first race, I'll take it. It's a good redemption run.
Yeah, and I mean it was a redemption indeed because one thing when we talked about when we had you in the unprecedented red flag, luckily every driver's okay from that one. We heard from you saying that the setup was really tough at the beginning. So I mean, definitely the first heat was a big learning stepstone, right? Like you definitely took it in. You're realizing, the car is probably a crap box, and it was not working, and it was just as bad as Alpine, but you still put in the effort and the talent behind those wheels. So I mean, like, talk to me. Like, was it really a big boost of like just like I guess learning the car more, especially going to the second heat after barely just missing out on the win last race?
Yeah, 'cause yeah, it's like the car feels okay for maybe like 5 or 6 laps once you get the tires warmed up. So it takes about like 3 laps to get that warmed up. And during that warm up, I knew, okay, we're starting in 10th. Let's do a test hit. So I threw overtake on, did a test hit with a launch, and going around, like you make it into turn one just fine. It's uncontrollable to drive the car around turn two with overtake on. So I was like, yeah, we're not going to do that in the race. And so just like, I kind of used that warm up session to go out and then push as hard as I could on cold tires to kind of simulate for that first lap scenario.
10-4. I mean, yeah, I did see you out there on those on the warm up. You were like the first car out there, and I was like, damn, this man is on a mission. So he wants to really, really see what those cold tires can do. So congratulations, and Lucas Moody, you want to say the final words for him?
Yes, Kale, you know it. You've been here before. Anybody you would like to shout out for this win tonight?
Come on, that
Yeah,
that guy right there.
yeah. I I want to shout out all my teammates. It's a little lonely in here. Normally
Aw.
I'm used to like having 3 people behind me.
Show the empty room.
Yeah, there's quite literally no one here, especially no one on the Sims.
That's
Um,
still, yeah. Who's that over there? Who should be sitting there?
that's Lucas actually.
Yeah, that's much fun.
Yeah, but obviously want to shout out my teammates. Shout out our esports director Dan and BK. Shout out Dan for letting me in the center, making sure that my card swipe still worked because we're all on spring break right now. Um, and with that, shout out to all my coworkers. Actually, I've been back at work this week, and with GRP, we opened a new Radical team as well. So shout out to Jordan Missig and Nick DiOrlando because we had podium sweeps in all 3 races at Sebring this past weekend. So that's just something pretty cool that fun to be involved with. And obviously the normal Alif, Bradley, Lucas, you guys. It was fun, but it wasn't as fun as it could have been doing stupid stuff with each other. But yeah, then Indie Hood Rats for sponsoring the car, and then my mom and dad and my grandpa and my grandma. That's all.
Ooh, well, yeah, an amazing drive. Definitely, definitely. Just a quick question: like, out of all the races so far, we're 8 rounds in our historic CIL Formula College Series and the Super Formula cars. Uh, would you consider this one to be the most intense in terms of technicalities?
Yeah, I feel like this one definitely overall was one of the more difficult races just because of the track car combo, and
Okay.
because sometimes the cars handled nice on the tracks, but this one it was like more mentally challenging because like you're used to, especially if you like drive formula cars, the S's, oh, they're so fun, but in this setup it's like kind of scary because you're like, well, the back end can just flip out at any second and there goes your whole race.
Mm.
So it was just trying to get over that mental block.
Time for, well, I'm gonna put in the notes that we're gonna bring back this track next season. So can't wait to
No,
see you
please.
all. Have fun on this track. Lucas Moody, you better be there. Oh man, it's gonna be great. But
No, I will skip it.
I'm gonna be up here narrating all the suffering. But y'all, all I heard is y'all had fun, and that's the thing that we gotta recognize for you guys, especially for the viewers, is that tonight was a killer. But tonight's winner over that killer track was right there on your screen right now, Cale Davidson. So congratulations for Ball State University, and hopefully we'll see you next week in the booth.
Thank you.
And that was our race winner, Cale Davidson. And look at that, Lucas Moody, Lando Norris. He's a little bit delusional for this year. Buddy, what happened in last race? What was that? Abu Dhabi. Right now we're going to Jeddah. So everyone, please for every like, you help out Lucas Moody and his illusions. So please be nice and give him a like. But Lucas, I mean, overall, how was it here in the booth? How did you like the race? How intense did you think it was?
Yeah, it's fun up here. Luckily, I get to be back here tomorrow commentating
Yes.
for the rainy Watkins Glen at CPC. I'm excited for that. But yeah, it's nice to have a different perspective of everything. Since I do race in all three series of CIL, I don't usually get to be up in the booth. I'm usually on the track. But since I don't feel like racing on my Logitech and I'm not currently at my sim, I thought maybe I'll switch it up a little bit. Maybe I'll try something different, like going to the booth. And I'm liking it up here. It's a nice experience. Getting to meet everybody like Christian and Keith, and it's fun up here. It's fun.
Well, I'm glad we make it a fun environment because that is the whole point here. Being in the booth is obviously having fun, but gotta highlight all the importance, all the plot points, all the subplot points. So let's start with what is gonna be up next. So obviously, you guys heard it here first from yours truly, Lucas Moody. Tomorrow, the CPC college prototype is gonna be at Watkins Glen, but Rainy Glen. I like that. I like that. Rainy Glen. So it is going to be um a little bit drizzly. So everyone who's gonna be there, please bring your umbrellas, bring in your ponchos, and make sure to get some nice boots because no one likes wet socks. So be there, or you're gonna probably get wet socks. I don't know. It's up to you. So that is gonna be our race next week for the cup race. Is gonna be an interesting track. It's gonna be Phoenix Raceway. Oh, that sweet dog leg, Lucas. I hope we don't get collided into each other on that first corner. So it is the infamous yellow line. Who is gonna start complaining? When is it gonna be happening? And it's gonna be officially the Leg Dog 150 presented by RMU iRacing at Phoenix Raceway. So be there, and if not, it's going to be you're unfortunately gonna get a 4X if you're not there. So anyway, oh, actually, no, I got a better one this week. If you don't subscribe and hit a like right now and tune into our races, you are gonna go out on dry tires, and suddenly it's gonna be a rainstorm at
Ooh.
iRacing. And when you go in, and when you go into pit, you're not even gonna have any rain tires. The crew chief are gonna say, "Sorry, bud, we only got dry tires." So subscribe, and that won't happen. And so
Don't want that to happen.
and
Do not
so
want that to happen.
of course. And then last but not least, our next race here, Formula College. We're gonna go to Petit Grand Prix at Road Atlanta. Oh boy, so many people love Road Atlanta. Unfortunately, the NASCAR Cup don't want to go to Road Atlanta. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna bring Formula College to Road Atlanta. So that's why CIL once again really the best home for college racing and overall racing on iRacing. So be there, or like I said, you're gonna get no dry tires. So now we're gonna go on grid, and Lucas Moody, take it away with our top 10.
So here we go. Winning this race, we have Cale Davidson for Ball State University. Coming in behind second will be Clint Halterman for UNC Charlotte. In third place, to round out your podium, is Cohen Evans for IUPUI. Just behind him is Nicholas Lee for the University of Texas at Arlington. Very nice P4 finish there, his home race. And just behind him, in fifth, will be Hunter Haddisty for Clemson University. And then right behind will be Athena Leclerc for St. Clair College. And then her teammate Adrian Tubakovic for St. Apparently, I'm hearing word from production. I'm getting mixed signals. I'm reading the wrong grid. Okay. Okay, hold up. I am looking at now Jason Walt on the podium, which I don't believe is correct.
Hold on,
Jason Walt getting the podium?
I got the grid here. Oh
I
wait,
think it was
actually
it
no,
was
the grid.
Nicholas Daly, right?
Yeah,
And then
Nicholas Daly
fourth.
in third. Yeah, so just to give a little bit of hey, it's not the production fault. So what happened was, as we said, right, the cars, uh, Toyota and Honda, they didn't make a big enough gas can, so unfortunately the fuel tanks could not handle 20 laps. So as we said, we cut the race short at lap 15. Which what happened was the admins, they did get all whoever finished respectively get their points. So who we talked in the booth, they are the true top 3 winners. But however, currently as it is in the sim, the results are a little bit mixed up because everybody then suddenly stopped on the track. Either they went back into the pits, and it kind of discombobulated a little bit for iRacing. So right now the grid is not up to date, or it is up to date, but it is the wrong version of what we have. So officially right now, unofficially, as we said, our top 3, which was Cale Davidson, Clay Halterman, and Nicholas Daly, which are the important winners of tonight, but we cannot count out our top 10 who got the points. So right now we are looking at if we can get a list here soon enough. But in the meantime, Lucas, what do you are you excited for tomorrow? Like for the rain? Are you gonna get your poncho? Or are you gonna wear? Are you gonna take an umbrella?
Yeah, I think I'll have an umbrella. Just I can make a stand right next to me, put an umbrella up beside. Add that immersion effect into the stream. But yeah, I'm personally more of an umbrella guy over a poncho. Ponchos are just like that cheap piece of plastic you put over yourself. I do prefer having a nice whole entire umbrella apparatus above. But it's gonna be an exciting race. There's gonna be rain. So if you're not there to see the first ever CIL rain race, well then you're missing
Oh
out.
man,
Next time you play
exactly.
iRacing, first thing you're gonna hear next time you play iRacing is they've got wheel damage, and you don't want to hear that. All right. Make sure you
Oh,
tune in. All right. Make sure you tune in.
you heard it here, folks. Lucas Moody saying straight facts. So yeah, unfortunately, the grid has well, you and me, you'll probably see it in the Instagram post. So right now, unprecedented times, unprecedented measures. Like I said, a tornado hit turn 12 and 20. It's crazy. It's crazy today. Texas, it's insane. I thought Florida was more insane, but anyways, Texas, it's got its own quirks. So we're gonna have to roll with the punches. And like Lucas Moody said, our first ever historical rain inclusion in a race, in an official sanctioned CIO race tomorrow at the Glen. And it's at my home track, so you guys should not miss it out. And right, yes, of course, we gotta respect our famous sponsors because we can't do it without them. So tonight, shoot, let me get that in writing. Hold on, it was a long title. The Bald Eagle Grand Prix, presented by Alex, sponsored by Alex Hallinar, one of our lovely race admins for tonight. So, much love, Alex. Thank you so much. Bald Eagles, y'all are cool. Thank you. And once again, everybody in here in the audience, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you guys so much for subscribing and hitting that like button, and to really be part of the Seattle family because it is, like I said, the home of quality college racing. Lucas Moody, you want to finish us off?
Yeah, I mean, we got some great racing here today. That insane battle for P6 to close out the second heat. The insane battle for first and third to close out the first heat. I'm hoping we can get the same type of action tomorrow for the CPC race. And yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in.
See ya. All right.